and I can tell this side of the blade from here to there is getting dull. It's not hardly working here. Okay, so I get to that point, I'm going to take a Phillips screwdriver and I'm going to flip this over. I think I've already flipped it once, but this is basically to show you what's happening. And in fact, I thought this blade was dull, so since it was going, that tells me I've got a little bit more life in it. And so I've got that loose. Now I'm going to take this out and I'm going to flip it straight over like that, and I'm going to put it back in there. Okay. Be careful with this. Always wear gloves. That is sharp like a razor blade. Okay. Now, did you see what I just did with that? This is a section of blade that's way duller than everything else. This is the high edge of this. So now I'm going to concentrate on from here that way when I'm scraping and flipping this both directions back and forth so I can get the entire life of this blade. You don't want to just replace the blade without doing this, because you can get twice the life out of your blade. You see what I mean? Now let's go a little bit more here and see what else we can get off of this floor. I guess you can see plenty here. I'm just using this section of the blade about an inch at a time. Bearing down on it. Now if I get a line over here, now I can flip this over and I'm still using this, and I'm going to go from here that way, because I've got this edge of the blade to work with. See there? Go up here, try the same thing. This is where they separate the men from the boys. Okay? Now, or the women from the girls, because this isn't just a man's job. Any women out there, you can do this too. You don't need no stinking man to do this. You see how much of that layer of this black, ugly mastic we've already gotten off the floor? That's what you've got to do, because if you try to take a wire brush, because eventually we're going to take a wire brush to this. I'm going to take a wire brush like this, right here. Okay? See that? And use something like that, and see how the handle kind of boop goes like that. You want this kind. You don't want the kind with the wood that's just long and the handle hardly goes up at the end at all, because we're going to crank down on it and use just the back end. We're going to push up on it, use just the front end. We're going to flip this around and let this kind of help push it. This is going to help us to do with both hands, with one hand on top of the other, left hand on top of the, or right hand on top of the left hand, left hand on top of the right hand. There's going to be lots of stuff I'm going to have to do with this right here to get the glue, the back side of the glue off. But if I didn't scrape this first, it would take me literally forever to get this off, because this top edge, we got to get all that off. Okay? And some areas of the floor might go a little bit easier than others. You just never know. And I can flip it over, try the back side, off to the right. I can loosen this like this. Get it up here higher. I can try that. That gives my pressure point up at my shoulder a little bit more. Or if it's starting to get dull, if I want to use it a little bit more, I can hold it right here by my leg and kind of use my leg and try to push with my leg too. Flip it over, try that way. I can take this whole thing and hold it up here next to my shoulder and bear down on it and try to get it, like that. You probably couldn't see that last bit, could you? Okay, let's see if you can see this here. Uh-oh. I just turned you off? No? Come on. What happened? I don't think you saw me before. I can hold this up high. I've got it extended out longer. I can hold it right up here like this and bear down on it. Take that way. If I'm getting tired, the other way. I can flip this around. Use the force of everything in front of me. I can hold this on my leg. And push with my side of my leg with it. Try to see if that can help a little bit when you get tired, because this takes a lot out of you. Okay, I've only done a little bit on this floor, and I know I'm ready to change this blade out for a new one now. Ooh. Okay, I'm getting ready to change this blade here. Oh, I know what that noise is. That means it's time to eat. So I'll come back and show you that in a minute. And that's all I got for this time, but I'll be back with more videos.